What's up, guys? Sound Alchemist here with
Gersh1.
We're back at it to answer your questions in another episode of For the Greater. Now, I just woke up, so I'm gonna get you guys woke. Gersh, tell them what it is.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question of Warhammer 40K, please comment down below. Put question in front of your question, because it's easier for us to answer that question if it's labeled as question.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
So this first question is not really a question that you guys have brought up, because when this video went out, of course, Mortarion, the Primarch, was not announced. Actually, it's a leak, right?
Well, now he's been officially announced.
Okay, cool.
He was leaked, and then like a day later, he was announced.
Cool. So Mortarion and what we think of him. First off, model-wise, I wasn't impressed.
Yeah, I feel like there's way too much going on. It's like...
his pose isn't very good. Like, it's like he's standing, and like his big thing is his scythe. Mm-hmm. So a scythe should be a two-handed weapon, and he doesn't, right? He has it in one hand.
He's like holding it out.
So to have him like look more menacing, like his Forge World model, would have been better.
Yes. Yep.
His Forge World model is awesome. It looks awesome.
Yeah. If anything, I thought like maybe he'd be like crouching with the scythe, kind of like he's about to like, you know.
Right.
Wreck some shit.
Something more epic like that, yeah. No. But what does that mean for his return? I have my doubts that he's going to be stronger than Guilliman. I don't think GW is going to do that because Guilliman's already a powerhouse. Mm-hmm. And that's not to say that... what's his name? Shit.
Mortarion?
Mortarion is not going to be a good player or a good character to play. It's just that he's going to be a good character to play just for... Plague Marines, I feel.
Yeah.
Of course, I haven't seen the stats. Are the stats out yet?
Not that I'm aware of. I haven't seen any.
Yeah. So if you guys know of any or have any have been put out by the time you watch this, comment down below. Let us know what you think. But I really don't think that he's gonna be just a good standalone with other like Khorne or Slaanesh or whatever. He's gonna be good with Nurgle Space Marines, and that's pretty much it.
One thing I'm noticing is they put out Magnus the Red. Thousand Sons book came out. Plague Marine book got announced. Mortarion came out. So we got two more Chaos Gods that they got to do, and that's Slaanesh and Khorne. So hopefully we'll be seeing some Angron epicness and Fulgrim epicness.
Now, the question I want to ask you guys, because you guys might be a little bit more connected into GW than we are, but what do you think that GW is going to come out and give us another Traitor Primarch? Or with the new codexes coming out, they have to bring out the codexes for the Space Wolves, for the Blood Angels. Do you believe that maybe we'll get a you know, loyal Primarch? And if that's the case, which one do you think is next?
I feel it's going to be Dark Angels Codex, and then they'll have the Lion returning.
The Lion.
Or they could do Space Wolves. But I feel like since they just literally came out with the 30K, the Forge World Space Wolf Russ, I don't know, I feel like it might be diminishing his sales if GW comes out with their
exactly model. Yeah, yep. But we'll see. Next question, or I guess I should say first question. I have one from, oh damn, you guys commented a lot, not many questions.
We'll do with we'll go Pulsar Fusion. Is there any lore saying that the Emperor will rise again? Would he attempt some renaissance to mankind so that their quality of life would excel?
There's no specific like text or any type of like saying that the Emperor will return, other than the fact that he's not dead. So a lot of the Imperium has built up this notion that he's gonna come back because of the ecclesiarchy and stuff like that. But no, I don't know of any prophecy. Or we've never heard of any prophecy that specifically says the Emperor will return in the darkest days of the Imperium.
Right. You hear that with like the Primarchs, like Russ will come back and like the greatest time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But not the Emperor. Next question comes from Brandon Ottman. Do you think that the Rakghoul will become a new playable faction soon? No.
Doubt it.
GW is really going to try to focus on the existing races and bolster them up now that 8th edition is out.
Right.
That would be awesome if we can get a Rakghoul army, or even a Rakghoul model, but probably not.
And anyway, if they do come out, it may be like a supplement, like a small thing. Because I don't see the Rat Goal having that many units to actually be their own army.
Exactly. There's like 4 variants, and then they do have their ships, but ships you don't see in GW or in Warhammer 40K. So, yeah, good question though. Next question.
David Alejandro. Can you turn a Space Marine into a Servitor? And if so, then would this be a good solution for taking down Lucius? You wouldn't really want to be killing him, right? Now, Lucius the Eternal. So when you kill him, you essentially become him if you feel pride in doing so.
So, no. Servitors are not created by Space Marines. Neophytes are. So, like, right before you like get all your gene seeds and everything, if you fail, or if they find you wanting of the Emperor's glory, then you get turned into a Servitor, but not a full-blown Space Marine. Too powerful.
Right. It's best to die fighting than to be a Servitor.
Yeah, there's too much sauce in a Space Marine sandwich for somebody to turn it into a panini. Then you just get like charness everywhere.
That's nasty.
Next question.
Wojak Rados. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood in the name of corn? Blood for the blood god, and how much in the name of the emperor, beloved by all?
It's a trick question, because has this woodchuck fulfilled his demonhood promise? And if he has, then none, because woodchucks don't chuck wood. Next question comes from A. Wolfenstein. The Eldars could not close the human Webway portal, question mark, or Segrat. We're actually going to do a 40 facts on like the whole relationship between the Eldar and what could potentially be Webway for the humans. But to answer it really quick, yes, they could. The Eldar know a lot more about Webway portals than the Imperium does, and yes, they could.
A lot more.
And Zegrat is a god. Not a chaos god, but he's a warp entity because people believe in him and he was formed. Therefore, yeah, he could probably do that too.
Yep. All Might. Is Sanguinius really dead? I hear that he may come back.
He's dead as fuck.
Dead as dead can be.
But that doesn't mean he might not come back.
I mean, yeah, everybody says, oh, all the Primarchs are returning, even Ferrus Manus. But, I mean, these guys are dead. They're going to stay dead.
Hopefully. Because if they come back, it's going to be like cheating.
Yeah, cheating death. Cheating, becoming beheaded.
And that's what happened to Horus. He came back 3 times.
Not once, not twice, not 64, 3.
As a clone. It was Star Wars, Clone Wars. Next question comes from Stephen Barrett. Yeah! Why isn't anybody talking about the $62.5 million lawsuit that some twat in the U.S. is filing against GW? Don't believe me? Look it up. Don't believe me? Just watch. Alright. So yeah, I have not watched the full video of it posted by Spiky Bits.
I believe it was Spiky Bits.
I think it's Spiky Bits.
Yeah.
I don't really know why.
Yeah, from what I hear is like he's getting basically butthurt that GW is basically controlling or he's monopolizing the prices over here in the US, how it's all crazy, but even more so in Australia. Like the prices for GW products over there is just astronomical. And he's saying that this is basically a violation of something. Yeah, it's heresy.
I mean, hey, if you want to try to go for GW's neck, go for it if you have the money. But I
don't see this guy winning at all.
And don't hurt GW to the point where he can't or they can't provide stuff for us. I still want to play 40K.
Right.
I still love the lore, and you taking all that money from them. Better not fuck that up.
Yeah. It's like this is a game we all love, and it's like, yeah, I get where he's coming from, but at the same time, he's kind of hurting himself in the long run.
Or he might help us, and then get GW prices cheaper, even though technically the US and the UK probably have the cheapest.
Right.
Whereas, like, yeah. Watch Spiky Bits for more information. Next question.
Arthur Dotson. How would the Guardians of the Galaxy do in the 40K universe?
Not very good. Groot might be successful until he meets the Tyranids, then he's fucked.
Yeah.
Star-Lord would be at best the rogue trader.
I could see him do that.
But of course he would need a warrant of trade. So in order to get that, he has to kill another rogue trader. Gamora and Nebula, they'll be pretty
They could be assassins. Yeah.
Assassins, yep. And then
Drax
would probably be good until Korn starts detecting his warp signature, and then boom, he's a demon Primarch. Or not demon Primarch, he's a demon prince. And then of course Rocket Raccoon.
He'll join the Skitarii or something.
There you go. Next question comes from Joshua Toronto. What was life like during 30K and the Great Crusade? Thank you, big fans. A lot better than what the Imperium is today, especially in the worlds that were compliant to the Imperium, and you know they were because you got to remember that the Imperium before the Dark Crusade or the Great Crusade was the Age of Strife, so people were dying left and right. Warp was horrible. It was difficult for you to survive, other than like a very primitive barbaric sense for most planets, not all of them. A lot of them were doing a lot better, like the Interrex civilization, whatever, or race. But anyway, most were very barbaric, and then they came along, or the Imperium came along, the Great Crusade came along, and
brought them up.
All that. And then the Imperial Truth was very enlightening, very good. So it was good for the most part, unless you were like the Interrex, who were friendly towards Xenos, who were friendly towards new technology, and you were encountered by Lorgar. Cause he a bitch. Next question.
Alright, this one's by DFool06. Do you think if Roboot Guilliman divided the former Space Marine legions into chapters that have more than 1,000, for example 5,000, would the Imperium of Man be in better shape as it is now, or would it not make a difference?
I don't think it would make a difference.
Yeah, because I mean, if you just have more in a... Well, no, because then they have a better hold in that part of the galaxy because there's more to defend there.
Yeah, but I don't think the problem is the amount of Space Marines in a chapter. I think the problem is the amount of gene seed that can be distributed. So like if you have a chapter that can have more than, what is it, 1,000?
1,000, yeah.
Yeah, that can have more than 1,000, then they just break it up into 2 different chapters. And those 2 chapters patrol the sector. So you're not losing out on any
manpower.
Manpower. Yeah, all you're doing is you're unifying them, and the chances of corruption raise slightly more. Not that much. Not to the crazy effect that I think it would have, but yeah.
And he's got an additional question. If you were to write the Codex Astartes, how many Battle Brothers would you allow in a chapter, and why?
3. An apothecary, and a librarian.
Yeah. That's a very healthy librarian.
And then I'll sell that box set for that chapter, and I'll charge $40 just to look at it. I'd pay $40 just to look at it.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'd go with 500, because that's half of 1,000, and it seems like a nice number.
Yeah. The Night Haunter War Russian Aiden Doctor. Okay. How many hoes can the Emperor fuck in the Millennium?
All of them.
Because he's psychic. So, you ever seen the Ghostbusters movie when that one chick orgasms like 50 times because she got possessed by that ghost?
I haven't seen Ghostbusters.
Okay, well, that's what would happen, but the Emperor does that simultaneously to every hoe in the galaxy. Even the men hoes.
Oh. Now, if the Emperor is psychic, does that mean he has a side chick?
I don't get it.
Side
chick, yeah.
It sounds the same.
Yes. Next question.
Bryce Cussin. I know orcs can live for a very long time, but who is the oldest orc? Who's the oldest orc? That's hard to say.
Technically, the oldest orc is the biggest and the baddest orc, which would be Gaskell. So there you go.
Go to school, guys. Gaskell.
Argerlin. Is the Webway portal on Terra a physical portal, or will the Chaos Spawn enter all over Terra? It's a physical portal. It is the Golden Throne.
Ooh.
If it's a portal like a gateway, not just mount a starship engine in the opening and turn it on. Because it's just gonna get sucked into the warp. It's like space, where like it can pull you.
Just like it pulls hose.
From different area codes. And here's another one. Would anything be able to survive the heat and enter the gate? Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You have entities that exist in the warp where degrees are non-existent, so they can live in like lava and shit because they don't have forms.
That's nasty.
And
like,
shit.
yeah.
Last question.
This last one is by Harry Anderson.
Oh, hey Anderson.
If the Tau had the same numbers as the Imperium, and they were good in close combat, and they were able to travel through the warp, and have librarians, how powerful would they be?
Hella powerful.
Hella powerful.
So powerful that they would be the superpower.
Yeah, easily. You're basically buffing them up like 7 times, so yeah.
Superpower, ultra power, Saiyan power. Yeah.
Yeah. That's all we got, guys. Thanks for sending your questions our way. We do this 3 times a week, so if we didn't answer your question today, type it up again, and maybe we'll answer it tomorrow or the week to come. As always, we do have a Patreon, Instagram, Twitter, and a Facebook page, so check that out for all things 40K. And as always, he is
Gershwan,
Sound Alchemist, and we are flying away.